Show number 1. It's Ray Agliata Show. It's the first show of the Ray Agliata Show ever. It's a big night tonight. Of course, we're doing a podcast from my basement where we have a very special guest. And this is, can I say renowned artist in the Philadelphia area, Piko? Can I say renowned?
No, fuck no. You cannot say renowned.
We cannot say renowned, but we will say up-and-coming artist.
Yeah, I'm like known unknown.
Nice. The known unknown artist, Piko.
People don't treat me serious out here, I feel like, so.
Well, we're going to see if we can change that and see what's happening. And full disclaimer, Piko is also the engineer of the Ray Agliata Show.
Yeah, I just plugged in 2 mics and pressed record.
Which is more than what the host could do.
And then press play, and
You are the sound engineer. Don't undersell yourself. You're the sound engineer.
Man.
Sound engineer to Ray Agliata Show, who is having our inaugural night tonight. Now, we did have a couple of practice runs, but we had one.
Yeah, we had one.
And I talk to myself a lot in my head and practice during the day when I'm driving around. So that might be worth something in the future. I don't know.
You should record yourself.
Oh, my God.
Driving around.
Could you imagine that? I'm driving around for work, recording myself. But that's a whole nother story. So, Piko, up-and-coming, soon-to-be a renowned artist. I don't know if living artists are actually renowned or not.
Renowned.
See what happens with that. But
Yeah.
You're the first guest, man. How do you feel? How do you feel about being the first guest on the Ray Agliata Show?
It's cool, man. I kind of wish I wasn't the first guest, but, that's cool too, man.
Well, you're the first guest because if we fuck this up,
we can
get you back in here again easily.
Yeah, we can just delete this shit.
We can delete it and start over again. So that's not the plan. The plan is we're going to try to give everybody the absolute best that we can give you, and kind of go from there. And been thinking about the podcast a lot, and it's going to be a pleasure working with you.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
So very exciting. All right, tell us about your art. So let's get this start. When did you start realizing
that I could do it?
That you could be an artist?
Well, I wasn't really good at drawing, but I could do video stuff, and I learned how to do video stuff, and that was fun. But I was always super into art, like early on, just growing up skateboarding and stuff like that. And
did you wear Vans when you were a skateboarder? Did you wear white Vans?
I tried every shoe on earth through skateboarding, but actually Vans are what I currently always skate in for the past 6 years.
So you are an artist and active skateboarder.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been skating much lately. Weather's been really bad. I kind of lost my mojo with it, but give myself a week and a half and I'm good.
Can you go up and down the ramp? You can go up the ramp and kind of do a
all
what's that move called when you jump up off the?
Oh, like an ollie.
Like an ollie. That's it.
I can ollie. Yeah.
So that's my knowledge of skateboarding. Tony
Hawk's dope. He's super great for skateboarding. He's
and
awesome.
some dude named Bucky something or another.
Bucky Lassick.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, those are OG vert pros. But anyway, so I was super into art and shit, and I was Andy Warhol's dope. Shepard Fairey, the guy who made the Obama Hope poster, I'm like, that shit's dope. And when I got into college, I was like, man, I could probably make some shit, some cool shit.
You could be. Are you an art major in college, or were you just fuck it?
I studied digital film and video.
All right.
But we took this one typography class where we messed around with this one program. So I learned how to draw on the computer, and I thought that shit was so dope. And
is that your medium? Computer
art,
digital media.
Digital art. Yeah,
digital art.
I call it digital painting. That's what
digital painting. Do you have one of those boards and you have to wear the special glove? And
nah. Those are cool, but I just haven't spent enough time with one.
Right.
So I just use the mouse anyway.
Nice. All right. There you go. Now, you showed me some cool art. But I don't want to cut you off. You showed me some cool art that we definitely have to talk about. That's an interesting topic. But so you went to, what art school did you go to?
I went to the Art Institute of Philadelphia, which is the for-profit one, which everyone gets mixed up with UArts, the really nice one.
So UArts is a non-for-profit that's really nice.
Yeah.
And you went to the not-so-nice.
For-profit.
Did it make you a better artist?
Yeah.
Why do you say that? Just because it's kind of like the mean streets of Philadelphia nice? Or kind of where's it at in Philly? What part of Philly?
It's in Center City. It's on Chestnut Street,
okay.
right across the street from Liberty Place.
All right, cool.
Yeah, the 2 big towers.
Excellent.
And basically they just kind of throw you in, and they're just like, all right, do it. There's no special things. Nobody
Your
Like,
major is just art.
No, it's digital film and
Digital
video.
film and video. So
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
pick different majors when you were there. You picked digital film and video because you thought that was
That's
the
the way to
coolest
go.
medium that you liked.
Yeah, that and I can get money from it like easy. Like being a painter and shit, that shit's hard. Or like an architect, like that shit. I don't know
See?
who the fuck is paying.
I think an architect's a cool job.
It's dope. No, it's really cool. I love that shit.
And I don't know if you can make. You don't think you can make any money being an architect?
Nah, I mean it really. I feel like it's like just small firms with like 4 or 5 dudes in there drawing.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean that's how a lot of video stuff is too in Philly. I mean like I killed myself trying to get a job, but
Now, would you like make your own movie? Have you ever done anything like that? Have you done like a short? Have you
yeah,
done
I've
any of that
shot
kind of
I
stuff?
shot my senior thesis film and I shot a few short films in college, which were pretty cool, pretty dope. I just didn't know enough at the time. Like I really started getting good at video like just when I was about leaving college.
Okay.
Like
Right.
really like understanding and like kind of letting it happen for myself and not being so forced with video. You see that with like a lot of people, like video people, like they force it into
Right.
themselves.
Right.
Which is, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, whatever works for you. But I spent a lot of time in college just like doing the digital painting.
Doing digital painting and
but
stuff
then
like that.
but then
right?
I would do my project. I would bring in my stuff. I would bring in films on time.
Right. See, what I would be interested in doing if I was in, I'd want to make like a documentary about something.
Documentary would be.
Or
I always want to
think
make a documentary.
That's cool. That's a cool like documentary filmmaking. Pick something cool. I've seen some. I think one of them that I really, really liked was 180 degrees south or south and 180 degrees or something along those
What's
lines.
that
I
about?
have to look it up. Originally, there were guys that drove from California all the way through Central America, South America, all the way down to Tierra del Fuego in the tip of South America.
That's crazy.
This was like in the 60s. Another guy decided to redo it more currently, and he took a boat. And he takes this boat down, the coast of California, coast of Mexico, whatever,
that'd be
blah,
so
blah, blah.
dope.
He hitched on this boat. Totally, totally cool. The boat, the mast breaks. They have to stop at Easter Island. Wow. And all of this is kind of like, shot from the hip. They make a friend of this one girl. Blah. It's really like and the music is cool and everything about it's cool. And the guys who initially did the trip back in the 60s are like, they're famous guys now. I don't know if they own, I said they own like Patagonia outerwear and.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Oh,
those are
that's
the
cool.
original dudes, right? And now this guy's following in their footsteps. So I just like the idea, like shoot from the hip, documentary filmmaking. You don't know what you got to kind of going to run into, that kind of stuff like that. That's about what I would do. I don't know if I'd want to be the director of like for the money, the director of like a Batman or something like that. But
I don't know exactly how to direct a documentary. Like, I guess you just
Right.
film shit and then you make a story with it.
yeah, maybe. That might be it. You could. There's probably some interesting or a lot of interesting people. That's
Yeah.
for sure. And that's kind of like what podcasting I think is about. Like
Yeah.
you're an interesting dude. Find some interesting people. Talk about it.
Yeah.
Stick it out on the web. Keep on going with it. We talked a little bit about that
Yeah,
before
for sure.
with some people. So you graduate from college, and now, of course, like all of us, we have to have a day job. So you have a day job, but you actually use your career
As my day job.
and your day jobs,
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's super stressful and, it never ends, which is cool. But I mean, at the same time, it's just super stressful because it's
I have an English degree.
yeah.
Totally useless. All right, I want to say useless. I'm well read. How's that sound? But I
Hey,
don't have a skill, and I think that it took me time to acquire skills. See, I think when
Yeah,
you
yeah,
graduate
yeah, it
from
takes-
art school, you have like the skill of being an artist.
You do. You have some skills, but you can really learn anything on YouTube, man.
One of the guys from work, I'll say during a day job, one of the guys that from work, he actually changed his radiator in his car by watching a YouTube video.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You could figure out. I watched a video on how to change something in my car or whatever, and it was pretty cool. I watched the video. I'm ready to do it, but this guy actually got the video, bought the parts, realized that if he buys the parts cost $200. But if he has Pet Boys or one of these other places put it
Yeah.
in, or the car dealership or whatever, it's going to cost him anywhere from $500 to $700.
Hell yeah.
So for $200 and a few hours of his time and watching this video countless times, I'm sure, to get it right,
Yeah.
he ended up learning about what to do. And you could look anything. You want to learn how to play a song, you want to learn how to play the guitar, you want to learn how to change the oil in your car, you want to learn. There's a YouTube video for it.
Yeah. And I mean, for like certain skills and stuff, I would say like like you do need like that like someone teaching you how to do it. Like you do need
Right.
some kind of formal education, like I feel, but like as far as like opening up a program and being like, how do I use this computer program?
Right.
They'll run it, through with you.
Well, now it's gotten so goofy where, I mean, in the past, guys used to, like a major in computer science, major with that. You could take this, 10-week boot camp on how to program,
Yeah, on coding. Yeah,
coding or whatever. I mean, and guys are coming out of these boot camps and supposedly making a lot of money doing it. I don't think I could do it. I'm not interested. Like, I have no interest. I think I'd rather learn how to like be a mechanic or a plumber. I think that goes
True.
back to like, is there a resurgence of blue collar jobs versus people graduating from? To your more recent college graduate, I graduated from college in the 90s.
Yeah.
So we'll date me a little bit. And I just wonder if there's a resurgence of the blue collar trades. Because listen, there's plumbers making $100,000+ a year. It's
Yeah.
craziness. You know what I mean? Which is good. Is there a resurgence of that? And there's the college kids are struggling because maybe not everybody should go to college. I mean, as a recent graduate, did you see that when you were in art school?
Yeah, man. Like I feel like no, dude, the dropout rate at my school is crazy.
Well, people come for like a semester and be like, peace out.
Yeah, I want to say like 70% of them.
Oh my God, a 70% dropout rate.
Dude, it's high, man. I don't
Wow.
know. I don't know if 70 is the right number, but it's high.
Is it
Shit.
because art is like a personal thing, and like the way you paint is the way you paint, and having somebody,
Yeah,
like
and
the
people-
corporate man teaching you?
Yeah, a lot of people don't get that aspect, and they'll just go through things without learning, and it's rough, man. Like, and yeah, they don't want to take constructive criticism, and that's something I had to work with too, man.
It's hard.
It is hard. I mean, I almost failed out because of the criticism that was so in depth and heavy,
Yeah,
preparing me for real world.
it's interesting because if you can take criticism, I guess to a degree, it'll
Mhm.
make you better at your trade. So if you're a guitar player, like I'm a half-ass guitar player,
Yeah.
when I went to this guy Ernie White for lessons, and if Ernie can teach me how to play the guitar, he could teach anybody.
Yeah.
And he was critical of me, and he didn't want his time wasted if I didn't come prepared. And he was critical. I didn't play it right. I didn't use the proper formations. I didn't use the proper fingers on each fret of the guitar. Whatever he wanted me to do, however he taught me how to do it. And I kind of, part of me wanted to improvise whatever the fuck I wanted, but
Yeah.
another part of me realized that eventually, after going there, his criticism is not because he doesn't like me. His criticism is because he wants me to be a better player, and I'm a
Yeah.
reflection of him. So when I say, I took lessons with Ernie White, who I hopefully one day will have as a guest on the program, they don't say, "Oh man, this guy sucks." If that's how Ernie White teaches you how to play the guitar, man, that sucks. So you're a reflection of your teacher,
Yeah.
but he also wants to make you better too. He doesn't want to just collect your money. He wants to make you better. I feel maybe that's what happens, but art's very personal.
Yeah, it is. It is personal, and every project has some kind of personal touch to it.
Sure.
Um,
And not everybody's going to like it. It's like when I used to write something in English class, and you turn it in, and they'd say, "Oh, structure great, form great, blah blah blah." I didn't like the storyline B.
mhm.
Well, fuck you. I like the storyline. That's what I wrote. Another teacher would just, I think, maybe look at it not as critically in that sense. But I think you have to kind of back to criticism. You have to be able to take some of it if you want to expand. And listen, I'm sure somebody's going to listen to this show and going to say, "Yeah, I fucking hate this guy's voice. I can't listen to it." You know what I
Fuck
mean?
'em.
Fuck him.
Fuck
And that's how you have to live your life, man. Because there's probably a million people out there that say, "Hey, this guy's got the voice of an angel."
Yeah, man. The golden voice. The man with the golden voice.
The man with the golden voice. See, you ever see that guy?
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he was on the street, man.
The homeless guy on the street doing radio.
I think he might have bounced back, but I haven't. I don't know.
He was doing great for a while. And I
Oh,
think
and then
he
went
kind
on
of fell
another
off.
bender.
Right, went on a bender. You got to treat the disease, man.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the problem. I don't think you can just pull somebody off the street and not give them what they need to.
Yeah.
It's great to give him a job. I think that he might have needed some of that. So in Philly, did you stay on campus, or was it just kind of like
I lived off campus. There was no campus.
it's just some buildings? It's like fucking it.
It's
They don't
like
have dorms, right?
it's like 3 buildings, and they did have dorms, but you had to like pay a fuck ton of money to stay in there, and I was like, yeah, fuck that.
Nah, it's not worth it. Live on the streets, man. Be an artist. Artists live on the streets. They don't live comfortably.
Yeah, no, I was chilling, and then yeah, man, yeah, just school and shit, and
So now you use it. You use the things that you learn all day, is awesome. You're an art director, or I guess you're the director of visual arts where we work. Is that what's your actual?
I would say video content manager
There you
and
go.
art director.
See, awesome.
Yeah, I think that's a good I guess definition of what I do.
You are a step ahead of many other college graduates who never get to use their, Now, I think if you're smart, you go back, get your master's degree, do something like that. I think.
I was told
maybe.
not to get my master's.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, why would you say that?
Well, like people in my family, they were like, I have some cool shit I'm going to say, but my family, I was talking to like a cousin of mine,
Right.
and he was just like, no, you should like go out in the world a little bit and like, get your feet wet before you.
That'd be
decide
fucking awesome. Who won't want to do that?
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, you're right, man. I've just been going to school for my whole life, like.
Backpack around Europe.
Yeah.
My younger brother lives in Italy.
Oh, really?
Fucking awesome.
I want to go to grad school. I want to go to grad film school in Poland, actually.
All right. Why Poland? I mean,
I'm Polish.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Can you speak Polish?
Nah, fuck no.
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 I'm sure the classes are in English anyways.
Yeah, mostly. I mean, international language. But no, the school's really cheap out there, and you get the same certification.
You get a master's degree.
Yeah, you get a master's degree, and plus, what they're so Eastern Europe is like so like weird and different that like.
Right.
The ideas that people are making out there is probably some crazy stuff that you don't see on your Facebook.
And you would
feed.
never see it here, so it's like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
whole different.
Yeah, it's a whole
like,
different vibe.
Stylization vibe. or
Yeah.
whatever.
And I just like that part of the world. I think it's super dope, and I want to go there just to visit.
And you could hit Poland. You could hit, I guess, Czechoslovakia is in
Czechoslovakia,
there.
Prague,
Prague. Or now maybe they call it the Czech Republic. I don't know. Whatever.
yeah, Czech Republic, Estonia,
See?
Belarus. Yeah, like
That's awesome.
Yeah,
You could check, like, my brother lives in Rome. If they drive north, they can go to Switzerland.
yeah, it's great.
You know what I mean? It's like,
You
that's
hit
we
like-
drive north, we go to fucking New York. If he drives north, he goes to,
Colder areas.
Yeah. How cool is that, though?
Yeah,
Think
it's
about it, right?
super dope. I kind of want to ride my bike between like 15-hour trip between two cities there. But
See? How cool would that be?
that would be.
I think it's safe. I don't think it's any craziness goes on in
Nah,
Poland or
I
anything
mean,
like
as
that.
long as you, I guess I look the part. I don't know, but
Nah, that's a valid point. I mean, I don't know if I'd ride my bike in certain parts of the world, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think Poland. I think you're probably
yeah.
right.
I mean, I wouldn't do that shit in Colombia. Like,
Now you get kidnapped,
fuck,
you fuck you
yeah.
up. Nah, you
yeah, I'm
can't do that.
gringo, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Now, see, guys, people will drive. Like we talked about that documentary. Like, I don't know if I drive through Mexico, like all the way down through Mexico. I don't know if I would drive.
Mexico's scary as fuck, dude.
I think people see just the the Puerto Vallarta and some of these other places that are
Destination
safer.
resorts. Yeah,
exactly, and then I don't think they see like the real
the real shit.
the real
I mean,
Mexico.
I feel like if you're on a highway or some shit, go to a truck stop,
I
keep
think
it
you're
moving.
fucked up, man. Keep it moving, right?
Yeah, keep it fucking moving, cause dude, people are gnarly out there, man.
Yeah, I don't think
and
that's
that's
a good
drug
idea.
war shit too. Like that's like what really attributes to that.
Kidnap your ass, kill your kids, whatever. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
People who are in that business, the drug business or whatever, and what's that one? Dust to Dawn. You ever see that movie, Quentin Tarantino? movie?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like that. Obviously, there's no fucking vampires or any craziness that's going on like that. But I mean, I don't know. So I don't know if I would do that to drive down. I don't know how safe it would be, or especially a place like Colombia.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you speak Spanish, you have some leeway.
Sure.
And if you know how to move, like that's good. But like if you're like somebody that doesn't know how to move like that, and you'll get got. I mean, like I know how to move, and I've never been got,
Right.
like ever. So
I've only had twice in my life have I ever had situations where I thought like that's it. And I worked. I was a bail bondsman. Did bounty hunting, did all that stuff. But twice in my life ever, I had parked my car behind my office one time, and I was just walking through this little lot. There was like a lot that you had to walk through to get to the front of the building.
Yeah.
And one guy got in front of me, and one guy got behind me, and I was like, "Oh fuck,
Oh,
this
is some
it."
Batman shit.
You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
like, "This is it. This is it." And I told the guy, I said, "Listen," I said, "I ain't got fucking time for this shit today." I was like, "I'm not fucking mug me. I'm pissed the fuck off already, and then now you're gonna bring this shit to the next level." And I just fucking walked by him. I think that the guy was so shocked. You know what I mean? That he had no, like, I don't think he realized, like, he was like, what the fuck? 'Cause I kept it moving. I kept him. I'm like, dude, I don't have fucking time today. I'm not giving you money. I'm not letting you fucking mug me. I'm not letting you take my fucking laptop. We're not doing that. I was like, I just kept on moving. If I get to the front fucking door,
You're
I'm good.
scot-free,
'Cause
Yeah.
I'm not fighting these two fucking guys. These guys are going to beat the shit out of me in this alley. And nobody's going to stop.
Were they scary looking?
Nobody gets, actually they weren't. which was kind of funny too. They were kind of like,
Was it two white guys?
it was a white guy and a black guy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The white guy straight up dope fiend.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
he's
So
one
I
of
think I
those
could have got
guys.
him. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
think if
yeah.
it was me and him 1-on-1, I would have just fucking hit him with the bag.
He's
and
off. Yeah,
kept it fucking moving. The other guy looked like he had a little more meat on his bones. You know what I mean? I think he
Oh,
would have been
yeah.
a little tougher. He was behind me too, but I said, you know what? I'm not. I'm just gonna keep it fucking going. I think that the
What
guy
they
was
say
so
to you?
fucking shot.
What they say to you?
Initially, there was no word spoken. It was like he was gonna get in front of me and block me.
Yeah.
And the guy from behind me was going to prevent me from running backwards. But if I can get like a couple hundred more feet, like I'm fucking good. So
Yeah.
I just kept on walking. And the guy was just like, hey. And I was like, listen, I have fucking time for this. You know what I mean? And I just kind of put up like this show of like, you know, but I kept on walking. I didn't like stop to fight the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
guy. Because
yeah.
I'm like, if I can get on the main, Trenton has a main street, South Broad Street. If I can get on
Gotcha.
South Broad Street,
Oh, you're
I'm
good.
fucking fine, right? Because the sheriff's department's there, the police department's there, it's a church across the street, the bail bonds office was there. If I can get to this fucking thing, I'm good.
Wow, they were ballsy then.
Yep. And it was the middle of daylight.
That's
You know?
what I
Yeah.
thought this was like
No.
like 10:30 at
This is
night.
the fucking middle of the day. This is fucking 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock in the morning. Totally fucking crazy. And I said, these guys are fucking nuts. I said, no way. I'm
Yeah,
not
those
going to
guys
get
are
punked
idiots.
by a crackhead.
All right. So if it was daytime, I would do the same exact shit.
Keep it moving,
Yeah,
bro.
I'd be
Keep
like,
it moving.
"Get the fuck out of here." Yeah.
You know? And the other time, a
Crazy.
homeless guy saved me.
Really?
And this is the I always give, now listen, if a guy's begging for money on the corner, it's kind of like not my thing. I'm always like, hey, listen, you know, let's give money to Trenton Area Soup Kitchen. Let's give money to whatever, you know, like that. I usually don't give out dollars. There was a guy when I was working in Perth Amboy. His name was Mike.
Okay.
Who knows if that was a real fucking name or not. We just called this guy fucking Mike. And he was great. He was a good guy. Come, he washed the windows. He did whatever. We always give him a couple
Oh,
bucks.
like Dope Fiend Willie, like just kind of like come through,
Yeah.
do clean something, and give him a few bucks.
Give him
Like,
a
that's
few
dope.
bucks. He
Okay,
would come
that's
in,
dope.
clean the
That's dope.
backyard, whatever. You know, whatever bullshit, right? So I was parked my car. I'm walking around a corner. Perth Amboy's an interesting place. Maybe I've only been a white guy in Perth
I know
Amboy.
Perth Amboy.
So maybe I was like the white guy in fucking Perth
Yeah,
Amboy,
yeah.
right?
A lot of like Portuguese and shit.
Spanish people, Portuguese people. Walking in a thing, and it was kind of like the same situation. And I was talking on the phone. I think these guys were trying to get my fucking phone. I think I was like, kind of like when the cell phone, smartphone kind of thing was like kind of hit. So I was just kept on walking, and these guys stopped me. Like they actually fucking stopped me. And I'm
Wow.
like, oh, these guys are gonna fucking get me. And here comes fucking Mike. Hey, you need the fucking windows washed? I'm like, that's my man.
Witness.
$20 fucking for this guy to wash the windows and get me into the fucking office. And it totally fucking worked. These guys just looked at Mike. They looked at me. They was like, fuck this. We're not going to like. Mike wasn't scary. He was just.
He just knew, like they probably recognized.
He
him.
walked right in the
Yeah.
middle of the fucking thing.
Yeah.
He knew it too.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he walks right in the middle of the fucking thing. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, Mike, listen, man. Wash the windows. Usually give the guy $5. I'm like, Mike, it's $20, you know, blah, blah, blah. Good looking out. And he's like, all right, man, I'll be back again. He goes, I like the pay raise. And I'm like, what? That's not fucking, I need a bodyguard. You know what I mean? I need fucking, you know, thank you. But
That's a slippery slope, man.
that's a very slippery, but, you know, and the fucked up part is there's always these guys. There was another guy, I think his name was Herman. He used to come to fucking bail bond office in Trenton when we had the office there. There's always these guys. Wash your windows, want to do a whatever, want to kind of help you out, move furniture, vacuum the rug. Go get a regular fucking job. Like if you can do all this and you can do it well, but they say they need that. They need like that $5-10.
Yeah, just
You
make
know?
it through, man.
Go get a bag of fucking dope or go do whatever. Get
Go
something
get a
to
beer.
eat.
Yeah.
Get a fucking 6-pack of fucking beer or whatever.
Yeah, 211. Yeah, man. Like, fuck. I mean, and that's just the way. And that's a lifestyle, man.
And I don't know if I know there's a lot of good-hearted people out there that want to kind of make some changes to that, try to help people out, try to do whatever. I don't know if you can. I don't know if that guy wants to be helped. I think that guy might be totally fucking satisfied. You know what I mean? Making
Yeah.
$50 a day, getting some food, getting a couple fucking beers, wherever the hell he's living, and blowjob from a prostitute, whatever the fuck it is that he's got to do. That guy might be happy. He might be happier than me and you.
You never know. Yeah, actually, fuck.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there are people who are real. I'm not downplaying homelessness, and I don't get fucking calls or whatever like that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let you ever give you my fucking phone number, rayagliatashow at gmail.com. rayagliatashow@gmail.com. You can complain, tell me to go fuck myself, whatever. I'm not downplaying the homelessness. I'm an advocate to help the homeless. But I think that there's guys out there that maybe they're not really, like, say, homeless, but they're like that street hustler mentality.
Oh,
Where
sure.
They're not
Sure.
selling drugs, not doing anything wrong. They're like, hey, I'm going to wash the fucking windows in the bail bonds office. He's giving me $5. I'm going to go to a pizza shop. I'm going to take out his fucking garbage. He's going to give me $5. Next thing you know, the guy's, you know, guy's making fucking $50, $100, whatever. He's a hardworking guy. get a fucking job. Can you get a real job? If you can do it like that, can you go work at ShopRite?
Yeah, I mean, hey, if all your shit's like lined up good, then yeah, you can get a job. But I mean, at the same time, man, like the homelessness issue is just so complex. You know, PTSD, shit like that. Like,
And
like,
that's a shame.
yeah, it is.
Those are the people that need help.
Yeah, those are people that need help, and honestly, it's just whatever you can to help. And I know people like that like suggest things on like Facebook groups,
Sure.
like oh, the city's really messy, and we could pay homeless people to clean up the city. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's a really good idea. And then all of a sudden, out of left field, she's like, that's a stupid idea. You're downplaying, and it's like
Downplaying homelessness.
yeah, all right, okay, whoa, sorry, we didn't mean to, like.
There's always politics.
Yeah,
in that,
it's
man.
always
Everybody's got-
something like through the seams,
Exactly, and it's a guy that really needs help never gets help. I was on a board, in that South Broad Street area, Trenton, which is called the Mill Hills. Beautiful, beautiful homes. A lot of nice people live there. It's a little island of nice in an otherwise blighted city.
It's gentrified.
I don't know if you could say it's gentrified. What's your definition of gentrification?
I don't know. All the houses are new.
They're not new. They're older houses that people bought and fixed and took care of, and beautiful. I mean, there's a house tour every year.
They're not knocking down no blocks or nothing.
No,
like that.
not in the Mill Hill section. It's like the original houses. It's really cool. I mean, it's a really, really nice section of Trenton. And I think those people really try hard to make a difference. But the bullshit is we were going to hire a company and we were going to pay 2% of our taxes. So 2% taxes were going to go into this account to hire this company to sweep South Broad Street.
Oh, that's dope.
Sweep it, pick it up. South Broad Street didn't have any garbage cans. There's no garbage cans on South Broad Street.
Easy.
It took, I'm going to tell you the garbage can fucking story because this is a fucking good story. I'm in a bail bond office one day. I'm minding my own business, and this fucking guy comes in from the city of Trenton, and he goes, I got your order ready for you. So I don't know what the fuck you ordered. What did we order from the city of Trenton? He goes, 4 years ago, you ordered a garbage can. He goes, I'm putting it right out in front of your building for you. So that's awesome. It's great. We're going to have a fucking garbage can in front of Garbage can was metal. Guess what happened to the garbage can?
Got took.
Somebody took the fucking garbage can. So it took 4 years to get a garbage can that lasted about 4 fucking days. That the first day, the garbage man dumped it and bent it and got it all fucked up. It was already fucked up because he used these metal garbage cans. So back to this story. Of course, there's guys who say, well, I don't want to pay 2%. Why don't we make our own street sweeping company? I mean, pay these fucking guys the 2% of your taxes, whatever the fuck it is. It's nothing. It's pennies.
Yeah.
2% of a $6,000, a $5,000, a couple $100 a year.
Yeah,
Pay
man.
the fucking pay these guys. They're going to sweep the street. They're going to put garbage cans out. They're going to make it look fucking nice. To this day, this fucking day, it doesn't exist. Now, I'm not involved down there anymore. I'm not involved in any of that. But how, and it goes with the homeless problem. It's the same fucking conversation.
Yeah.
A lot of guys mean well. There's a lot of fucking roadblocks. You know what I mean? And you're in a tough situation like that. And there are tough spots in Trenton and Philly, and that's the area where we are. We're in that Trenton, Philadelphia, New York kind of area.
Mid-Atlantic region.
Mid-Atlantic region, like the Mid-Atlantic accent.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to solve these problems. We can talk about them, but I think it's hard to solve them because there's so many points
no
of
right
view.
answer. It's just if you can fucking make a positive impact, do it. If not,
That's probably the right way to say. Have you done any philanthropy work or volunteered to like sweep out a park or to kind of doing that stuff? Is that something that you've ever been interested in doing? Or
nah?
How about a mural? Have you
mural?
painted a mural on like
I would do a mural
part of Philly?
Yo, the Philly mural program is actually super dope.
I knew somebody who did a mural.
Yeah.
She was very, very talented, and I think that makes a big difference.
And a lot of artists that get released from prison, they go there, and it really helps change like lives. And they actually have programs in prisons with the Philly mural art program, and I think that's super dope and positive. And Philly actually has the most murals.
Really?
Per capita, I believe, in any U.S. city, if not the world.
What a great fucking fact.
Yeah.
That's an awesome fact. And that's something you could say, well, we like Chicago, we have the most murders. Well, Philly has the most murals.
Yeah. I believe
positive.
so. I'd have to fact check that shit, but I think Questlove said that, and I believe that. But
Questlove's a fucking good drummer, man.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Don't sleep on fucking Questlove. He's in the top 5.
And actually, Philly used to be the graffiti capital of the world.
Sure. Absolutely.
The dopest graffiti, and they took a lot of the graffiti artists and punish them. And then when this mural art program came on, they were like reformed.
They took these guys out of jail and they said, "Hey, you know what?
Yeah,
We got a
not
job
even
for
just
you
graffiti
now."
artists, but I mean, like, you know, if you're a dope dealer and, you know, you do like tattoos and shit and you get, you know, God for like 5 years, you start doing art in prison and then you come out and then you got an outlet.
Now you have an outlet. Yeah,
Something to look
absolutely.
forward to.
Now, you see, that's positive.
Yeah, like
That's a
dope.
positive. That's a positive thing. Maybe
Yeah.
more things should.
Yeah, and I would do like for nonprofit, I would do like something like I'm good at, like I would, you know, teach like a filmmaking workshop or,
That's awesome.
you know, like stuff like that, like inspire kids to do cool stuff. But I mean, like cleaning up the city is like something, I mean, I would like to see it done. Who wouldn't? But I mean, at the same time, that's a problem between everybody else.
Now, Jim, who we work with and will one day be guest on the show,
Uh-huh.
interesting fucking guy. He was telling me that there's a spot in Philadelphia,
Mm-hmm.
and it was near kind of where we were at Fishtown, Kensington.
Oh, Graffiti Pier?
They have, I said garbage. This is a garbage situation.
Uh-huh.
I think they say that they take like 40 tons of garbage a week off of the streets in this area, and it just keeps on coming back. And coming
40
back.
tons?
It's a fucking crazy amount of garbage.
That's like,
I think people just walk down the street and just like throw shit on the
Oh,
ground
yeah,
and
yeah.
fucking leave.
oh, dude,
A lot of
people do that.
homeless, a lot of fucked up shit.
No,
man.
just like a lot of people, man. Like people just throw trash. Like,
I was friends with a girl that you would fucking, if you threw a cigarette down, boy, she'd fucking, no joke. She'd be like, "Yo, you picking that shit up?"
whoa,
You know what I mean?
hardcore
That's
environmentalist.
hardcore environmentalist. The birds might eat it or whatever craziness would happen. And I
Yeah.
see a point in that. But garbage, I drives me fucking crazy.
Garbage,
That's,
that's fucked up.
you know, but a lot of money in garbage too. So that's a fucked up situation. So people like, you know, like dumping garbage, doing stuff like that, and
Yeah.
fucking tons of money.
I know an Asian lady that collects all the cans.
Get out of here, really?
Yeah, she fucking has a shopping cart. It's been cold, but she's gonna be out.
She'll be enforced now, coming around.
Yeah.
She's making alternative ways to make a living.
Yeah, I mean, dude, literally, like, she'll have a shopping cart with just bags and bags and bags and bags and bags, like, just.
If you have aluminum's light. You probably got to fucking have a lot of fucking aluminum to make a
money.
nickel.
Yeah.
You know
well,
what I
I
mean?
mean,
So she's listen. You got to grind it out. I mean, the
Yeah,
economy was
I mean-
bad for a long time. You got to grind it the fuck out. Collecting cans is the way to go. Collecting cans is the way to fucking go.
yeah.
All right. I know you paint Somali pirates.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about that because I don't know anybody on earth that paints Somali pirates but you. So let's go back to art. What's the inspiration? We go back to art a little bit. What's the inspiration for the Somali pirates? And what's your medium for this? I'm very curious.
So Somali pirates, essentially, you know, they're guys that are misunderstood.
Somali pirates are misunderstood.
Yeah.
All right,
That
let's
and
hear
I,
it.
and that and I just have an interest in like geopolitics as far as
Okay.
like third world countries, like just, you know, I mean, it's crazy, man. Like you're living with the, you know, fucking can of food and a
It's
box
crazy.
full of ammunition.
Oh my god, of
and-
course,
and
it's
you-
absolutely crazy.
And you got to do stuff. And that and like the imagery is like really cool. Like I mean, just like, you know, on a ship by the ocean, the water,
Right.
the
Are
sunlight.
you taking existing pictures and color? My terminology is colorizing.
It's like
existing
appropriation. Yeah, I
Okay.
do like half and half.
Okay.
So like I'll half draw over it, half, you know, draw my own things into it,
Okay.
you know, and that's kind of like what makes the you know, the images, you know, or I'll trace over it completely and then, you know, like really screw it up with like you know, shapes, and I like using like different colors. Like people
Right.
like my colors that I use.
Like turquoise for water.
Yeah, turquoise for water. You know, mix it in with like
I'm
some
minimalizing it.
yeah, mix it in some like orange and stuff.
Sure.
But I mean, I do a lot of stuff freehand too.
Okay.
And a lot of that stuff too is just like emotional stuff, and you know, yeah, it just ranges from everything.
See, what's interesting is you have you figured out mediums to
Mhm.
express the things that you want, and I think that's hard for people. It's like writing the first paragraph of the book.
Yeah.
If you're a writer,
Yeah.
you got to first of all, you got to say, what do I want to write?
Mhm.
Some people like Stephen King can sit down and just fucking bang out books.
Yeah, he's the man.
Other people like, what am I going to write? I need to outline my characters, and they teach you all this when you get to your English degree. You take a creative writing class, like
Mhm.
got to create this, got to do that, got to. Some guys can just sit down.
I mean, that's like same as writing a film too. I mean,
Yeah.
you really got to write it out, and you know, some people are good at writing and some people are good at filming.
Absolutely.
And honestly, like I feel like as a filmmaker, I kind of give people flack for not knowing how to use a camera.
Sure.
Like-
Because that's what you're good at.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not even that great at it. Like I know the basics of the camera. It's like Oh, there's so much more technical quality stuff that
Sure.
goes into camera stuff, like your bit rate, your video codecs, if it's either H.264 or DVC Pro or whatever.
At the end of the day, does it matter?
I don't think it matters for what I do, but if I'm making like a film or
Right.
whatever, I want it at the highest quality possible.
Okay.
But that's also $50,000 camera range and all
Sure.
that. Like that's like it's like life money.
See, I think you're in a good position, or if you're an artist or a filmmaker or a documentary maker, there are so many more outlets, or a musician.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to talk about this because I think that there are so many more outlets now. Back in the day, back in the 70s, okay, you had to sell get a record contract if you were a band. You had to get signed by this guy. You had to get. Now, you could just put it on fucking YouTube.
Well, but see, it's a trade. It's an even trade. It's like
Okay.
alchemy. So like,
All right.
so back in the day, people sold records.
Right. Sure.
That doesn't happen anymore. It
Not at
basically
all.
burned after Napster.
Right. Musicians make money by touring.
Yeah, they make money by touring and merch. And
Yeah.
but yeah, you don't need a record label as much as you would do, because you can do everything yourself.
And I think if you're a filmmaker or a television,
Yeah, oh dude, if you made films like back in the day, that would be so hard to do.
sure,
Because like, it costs a lot of money to get stuff done. And like some people will rent $10,000 worth of equipment or $20,000 worth of equipment to shoot a short film, and it flops. But and then it's like, can you do that again? And it's like, like a lot of the people that shoot shorts and that blow up to be directors really put that bet in.
sure,
You know?
sure. And I just think that now there's, my son and I are big, like we're into like my younger son and I, we're into like Arrow and Flash and Gotham,
Superhero stuff.
all that kind of superhero stuff, right? And you can go online, and there's guys out there making films, making shorts, making episodes, and there's one of them in particular, and we have to get my little guy would probably know the answer to it, where it's like it's like about Batman has Robin, so it's like Robin, and this guy actually made an actual like a series,
Yeah,
and it's on YouTube,
it's fan-made live action.
fan made live.
Yeah.
Very good, man. Fan made fucking live action.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
anybody who has, I guess, some training, some knowledge, or maybe even not, just say, fuck it, look at what we're doing. We know what the fuck's going on. Make a
but
podcast.
I mean, the way that guy did it.
You know who I'm talking about? Have
Yeah,
you
yeah.
seen that?
We watched it. And that's just like a lot of money and a lot of technical skills. Like that guy must have some bread, because that's not a
Sure.
one-man show.
Yeah, and he had to hire actors. He had to do all that.
Yeah,
but he
rent
could,
spaces. Like
Right.
It gets costly, man.
But at the end of the day, what would he have done with that? 30 years ago.
Yeah.
If he had to sell it to, I know maybe the proper terminology isn't there, but if he had to get it to a major network, now you could say, you know what? There's major networks. All right, fine. The major networks now have competition with Amazon. They have competition with Netflix. Netflix has unlimited resources.
Yeah.
They want to make a fucking movie. Netflix make whatever the fuck they want. They don't want to make it unlimited fucking resources.
Yeah, they're killing it.
And then you have the guys who aren't even at that level who could say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to put this on fucking on YouTube. I don't care if it makes a nickel or not.
Yeah, that's true. And I actually want to. I just been putting it off because like whenever I write like short films, like I have really good ideas, I just don't follow through them. I like even outline them like Act 1, Act 2, Act 3.
Right.
But it just takes so much to make a film that I'm kind of discouraged from writing it. But
Right.
a buddy of mine went to fucking Cannes Film Festival.
Get out of here.
Yeah, buddy of mine. I went to school with him.
He made his own
Yeah, he made a short film
Right.
called Charlie Tucson, and
Charlie Tucson. Excellent.
yeah, it's cool. I actually he just put it online because it's been I think like a year or two since he's released
Right.
it, and
Did he win an award?
I don't think so, but he was interviewed by people and stuff, and like he was like punk rock about it. Like everyone's like hoity-toity,
Sure.
the stars, George Clooney's there or
Yeah,
whatever.
Fuck him.
Yeah, I mean he's all right, but yeah, he was there just partying out like in like
Right.
a leather jacket and like a
That's cool.
like, and that's kind of like what I want to do, and that would be super cool. But
Maybe you need a ghostwriter.
ghostwriter,
Yeah. Maybe you need like
Well, if someone wrote a film and then I directed it or shot it,
That's
like,
a whole nother story.
yeah, that's a whole other story. And I
Well,
feel like I gotta, like, the way that I'm with my film people, like
Right.
with people I know in film, and this is the same way towards me. It's like, yeah, you gotta pay me,
Right.
and you got to have a good story, and I gotta like working with you, and that's like it's like a big complex web.
Yeah.
And really, if I had a really good script, and then I could go from there.
Right.
Yeah.
What if you had someone help you write a script?
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Like a writing partner, or like a like a ghost, I say ghostwriter, like usually guys who
Ghostwriter.
wait a book, like
a
Bill
co-writer,
O'Reilly,
like
a co-writer, right?
Yeah. But I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna outline this. Can you fill in the blanks for me?
Absolutely. There's actually this crazy fucking service that, of course, I had. One of my downfalls. This is why my email box is always fucking. I have thousands and thousands of emails on my personal email box, is because I subscribe to like all of these, like, hey, become an author. You know what I mean? And like
Cool.
you could tell your stories over the phone to like somebody who's gonna write like a formulaic book about what your stories are,
Mhm.
and then you're going to be able to publish it, and they guarantee that you'll have an Amazon bestseller in your category. So, and then of course I talked to the guy on the phone. It's like $15,000 or $20,000 to do it, or whatever. Blah blah blah. And they manipulate the analytics to make it happen for you, but you don't even write the book. So
Oh,
every
that's
day,
corny as fuck, man.
yeah, it's crazy. But every day you call in and you say, here's like my story or whatever like that. And if you had to take some great stories, you tell the ghostwriter the great stories, kind of like what we're talking about. And the ghostwriter sends you back copy. You know what I mean?
That's
And
pretty cool.
You manipulate that copy. And sometimes that's all people need. They need that push to get over that, writing the initial paragraph or doing whatever. There's someone who my kids went to school with in the past who's an author.
Mm-hmm.
And she does a lot of ghostwriting as well for other people, because people just need that push to get. They may have the best story on earth.
Yeah.
They just can't. They can't cross over to the other side to make it happen. And it's not writer's block. It's just you need that. You spend so much time in character development. I developed a character like this police book that I wanted to write, and that's crime and stuff
novel.
like a crime. Oh my god, that's what I always wanted to do. I think this is the most developed character. I've been developing him since college.
Yeah,
It's fucking great.
Don't tell the world about him, man.
No, it's just fucking great. I've been developing this, but I have zero story. So maybe if I had a ghostwriter who maybe had story,
Yeah.
having my character.
Or you, you know what I like to do? Like real life, stories you hear about
Sure.
people, and then you adapt that character, and you change this, that, and the third, and all of a sudden it's an original book. And I think about that when, actually, I think about like real life events, and then I actually think about like biographies I would do, or like
Sure.
a certain incident with a certain somebody.
Well, that's what's interesting with this whole podcasting thing,
Mm-hmm.
is you can get interesting people
Yeah.
who, listen, you can get people who have a totally different background than you. You can get people who are totally into something totally different than you. Get them on the show, talk to them, document it, record it like we're recording it, and next thing you know, you have a podcast.
I mean,
It's fucking awesome. And I don't know if anybody's gonna ever listen to it, but it's very creative.
Yeah,
It's very interesting.
It's creative. I mean, it's kind of how you say, I guess, I don't know, just on the fly. I
Sure.
mean, you just
It's on, if you can't sit down and write a book, have a podcast.
yeah, maybe. And I mean, you could, can you walk and chew gum, man?
I maybe we'll write a book at the same time. Maybe we'll write a book from the podcast.
Maybe.
I mean, you never know. You never know what's going to happen or where this is going to go. And I have my guys that are my, I guess, my podcast idols, and I will blame you for turning me on to some of these people, because prior to us working together at our day job, I was not a podcast fan. I kind of knew about podcasting, was not like my bag.
Yeah.
But now, I'm the fucking man. Now, this is what I listen. This is what I do. I listen to fucking podcasts. It's like, and there's some really, really good guys out there that I look up to and say, hey, you know what? The guy with the side hustle, and I know we may have talked about this in the past. That's my favorite podcast.
Side hustle.
Side hustle.
Cool.
You got to fucking, how can you make money? What's the thing that you can do besides your regular job? And it's like a 5-minute fucking podcast,
Yeah.
10 minutes, whatever. And the guy says, hey, you know what? Advertise on Craigslist and be a wedding photographer. It's fucking great. That's an awesome side. There's no creativity to it, but you know what? You get somebody who doesn't have a lot of money. And I played in a wedding band. Trust me, I know what the fuck that's about. and you could shoot their wedding. I know you have some wedding photography experience. I'm sure it's never good.
No, it's not good. But I mean,
Yeah.
I love shooting weddings with friends. Like that's great. Like that's
Side
so
hustle.
fun.
Side hustle.
Yeah, and I do side hustle like through Craigslist actually. Like if I see like an ad, like that's
Cool.
good. It's not worth that's worth my time. Then
Right.
yeah, I'll go. I mean, I love making extra money. I always think about it. I mean,
And tell you, it's great. This guy's got like a list of shit that you can do to make jobs that you can do to make extra money. Do this, do that.
I'm definitely gonna check that out.
You got to check it out. It's like, and that's the creative part of being a fucking podcaster. You can come up with something like that and say to yourself, "Hey, listen, well, how can you teach people how to do something?" And you look at like some of these top podcasters. NPR's got fucking 5 of the top 10
NPR is amazing. I like
podcasts.
I like the short stories one. I think
That's a good one. There's one with a kid from Maryland who killed somebody, and it's like a whole thing. How about this one with fucking Richard Simmons? Have you heard about this podcast?
I did the workout guy, right?
Yeah, where's Richard Simmons?
Yeah,
it's
I heard
fucking
about
great.
this.
So you could do a whole series on that. Stars that where's fucking Poncherelli from Chips? Where did he fucking go? Eric Estrada. And you could do like a whole series on these things. So this poor guy, he's sitting at home minding his own business, Richard Simmons. He's like, I'm fucking done. 70 years old, not interested anymore. Just want to fucking retire.
I don't even know what he looks like.
Want to let it end.
He probably looks rough, dude.
He's probably fucking rough.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to retire in peace. And this guy makes a fucking podcast. Where the hell's Richard
You
Simmons?
didn't retire in peace, dog. I mean, if you hold yourself up and like you're not like grocery shopping in your town, or you know what I mean, like you're
Maybe
like
that's what happened to him. Maybe the guy's a recluse.
recluse.
There you go.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what he is. And he just wanted to be, and this fucking guy makes a podcast about it, ends up being a #1 podcast. Beats fucking Joe Rogan, beats fucking Mark Maron.
That's
Guy's
crazy.
#1 podcast. Where the fuck is Richard Simmons? I don't know where the fuck he is, but next thing you know, Richard Simmons is like this guy's goal. So like, interview Richard Simmons. Simmons comes out and says, "Hey, I'm good."
I hope he does.
I hope he does too. I think Richard Simmons might fucking come. I had a family member that loved Richard Simmons. Lost all this weight, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I heard
dancing with the '80s, all this
I
bullshit.
heard he was good.
Grooving with
at
the
what he
80s.
did. He kind of had a Liberace vibe going on about him, though, if you know what I mean.
I think he had a Liberace vibe going too, and he never talked about his Liberace vibe. But he was an interesting character. I would love to talk. That's a guy that this obscurity. Like I said, where's Eric Estrada?
Where's
Where's that
Estrada?
fucking guy at? I would love to interview him. How fun would that? I don't know what on earth we talk about. It'd be fun. Talk about nothing.
Yeah,
Kind of like what the podcast is about.
yeah, talk about nothing.
But at the same time, fucking, a guy like that, where did he go? When you're a star,
Mm-hmm.
I often thought about this. All right, say you're fucking who's the guy that was Batman? What was that guy's name? Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Not Christian Bale, best Batman of all times.
Yeah, he's awesome.
What does Christian Bale do when he's not acting?
When he's not acting,
Like you're not acting. Like you're just like, do you go to acting class? You're fucking Christian Bale. I mean, do you need to work on? You just lay around.
Christian Bale.
Like what do you do?
Christian Bale, he probably fucks his supermodel wife.
Nice.
Probably goes on a vacation.
Now, what if you're a guy who's not at the Christian Bale level?
Okay, like
Like who's a guy that's like kind of famous, but like maybe he's not at the.
he's like up and coming actor.
Maybe he's up and coming, or maybe he's like a guy that he's in a lot of things,
Mhm.
but he's never like the star.
Like he never had that breakout.
He's like the sidekick guy, like the character.
Yeah, yeah.
What does that guy do? Does he have to get like a job waiting tables, or does he make enough fucking money?
He makes enough money. If
You
you're-
think a guy like that makes enough money to survive?
yeah, if you have enough screen time, then you'll
Always
be
thinking
getting
about
calls.
this stupid shit. See that night? All right. Who was the guy that was on 90210 that he made 90210 that he made the fucking Sharknado? Tornado, Sharknado fucking thing. Have you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. It's
He's
like
he's like a New Jersey guy. He ended
oh,
up-
really? And he made
Ian Ziering.
Ian Ziering. Did he make Reno 911?
I don't know if he was in Reno 911, but he was in this fucking 90210 show growing up. Like when I was young, that was like the shit, man. Like
Oh, he was in
90210
90210,
and Party of Five.
and he was the actor,
He was one of the actors in that, and then he kind of like, I don't know what happened to him.
and he directed Sharknado, or is he just starring in it?
I'm looking up Ian Ziering right now. Ian Ziering fascinates me. I think he ended up fucking starring in this thing.
If
Holy
he
shit.
started,
He's 52 fucking years old. Oh my God, how old am I? I used to watch this fucking 90210 and Party of Five on Fox. Oh my God, it was like, that's what me and my wife used to do, was like date night.
see, like if that guy, okay, so that guy, like let's be real, he's probably struggling, dog.
But after Sharknado,
Yeah, but I don't know because it's not like he directed it. You feel
Yeah,
me?
that's
It's not
true,
like he had
too.
like it's not
You know
like
what I
he
mean?
was a producer. 'Cause
That's
those
true
are the
too.
people that get money, and like the good directors, like for like like Batman and shit, like they'll get paid a lot of amount of money.
Oh, sure.
But like if you're making like a shitty B movie like Sharknado,
I think Sharknado turned this guy's fucking life around. If you ask me.
I hope so. I
Oh
really,
my God, there's 5 of them. One's coming out this fucking
I mean,
in
it
2007.
has a cult following, and you know what? He might get if he's in every Sharknado for some reason, then
he
might
seems
be
to
doing,
be.
Then he's doing good. I mean, he's more famous than me.
And that's the funny thing. Like, what does this fucking guy do on a regular day? Does he like, or how about Screech? You know who fucking Screech is from that fucking other TV show that was on Saved by the Bell? What the fuck does Screech do all day long? Does he do fucking nothing? Like what? Like if you are an actor and you act enough, I
Mhm.
guess you get by.
Yeah, you get by. Or
You know?
you do birthday parties or something. You know,
You do-
like,
You're a magician and you do fucking birthday parties.
no. I mean, like they'll be like it's like a form of comedy, I guess. Like
Sure.
oh, we're having a.
We're having Ian Ziering over for fucking dinner.
Or no,
That'd be awesome.
Or like it's like oh yeah, we're gonna have a bachelor party and Tony Danza's gonna do body shots off of.
Oh my
you
God, that'd
know,
be fucking Tony Danza, man. There's one for what's
Yeah.
Tony Danza and Judith Light. That was the woman that he starred with in that TV. What the fuck is she
Tony
doing?
Danza was actually a high school teacher in Northeast Philly.
Was he really?
Yeah, but I think he retired.
See,
Yeah.
see, guys like that, like then, and that's what's like cool. Like I would like if I had a famous person, I was interview him, and I would say to him, "What the fuck do you do? Like, what do you do on like Saturday morning? Like, do you like just kind of like sleep in? Do you get up? Do you work
Probably
on your
sleeps
crafts?
in, probably goes to brunch. Like,
Fuck around? You know, you got enough money to brunch? I mean, that's always like my question because you can make it as an actor,
Mm-hmm.
and then or as a producer, as a whatever, and there are guys who really fucking make it. Like there's like Christian Bale who's making like 25 million a movie.
Well, yeah, those are.
And
the
then there's guys that are
A-listers.
making like not that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
And that's the guy I want to notice. He have to work at fucking like Home Depot part time to fucking make it to get by.
yeah, yeah. I don't know like what it's like to get like constant work or whatever.
Right.
Like you got Daniel Day-Lewis, Christian Bale, George Clooney, Ryan
I like
Gosling.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch. Oh, is that the dude who played in that? He broke out this year
Yeah.
because of that Mel Gibson movie.
And he was in Doctor Who. Was it not Doctor Who? He was in what was the fucking superhero one? Doctor Strange.
Oh, he was Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. And
That's
he was
pretty
Sherlock Holmes. Man, he's fucking Sherlock.
See, like that's good. He's
Top
got a
notch.
good career.
Oh, he's done. He probably doesn't have to work again a day in his life. But now he'll get a lot of jobs.
Yeah, now he's kind of working him up, but it takes a few flops, man, and then you're cut.
And that's it. And then you could be done. You could be like where's Danny Glover?
Oh,
See what
from
I'm
Lethal
saying?
Weapon.
From Lethal Weapon. The guy was great in Lethal Weapon. I think his political views got a little nuts, and then nobody hired him again. Same thing happened to Gibson.
Oh, Mel Gibson. Well,
Yeah.
Mel Gibson was also dealing with substance abuse, but
Yeah,
Mel
valid point.
Gibson is one of the greats.
I agree with that.
He's done a lot of good stuff, and he made like a resurgence back. And
I
like,
think he's back in now, right? Isn't
yeah,
he
a lot
like,
of people make resurgences back, like Matthew McConaughey,
sure.
the McConaissance, as
The
they call it,
reconnaissance,
is,
right?
is what they call it. I mean, like,
He's in the Lincoln commercials, right?
yeah.
See? All right, yeah. So like just a lot of thought.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's like one of my favorite actors.
Really?
actually. Yeah, he's great.
Matthew
but like,
McConaughey.
he started off as the guy from that movie Dazed and Confused.
Okay, I know,
You know-
nothing about Matthew McConaughey, so you're giving me a Matthew
yeah.
McConaughey education.
So he started off as he was just like a kind of an actor. I think he went to
Right.
film school or whatever.
Right,
and
cool.
his buddy was like, "Would you want to be an extra?" And
Right.
then he got approached by a casting person.
He's a
and
good-looking guy.
Yeah, and a casting director came up, or a wardrobe lady, and was like, "Would you be interested?" And the director wants to see you or something.
Sure.
And he got a few lines, and they loved it, and they thought it was funny, so
Right.
they put him in, and he's one of the most memorable moments
And there
of
you
that
go.
movie.
And that's the beginning of his career.
Yeah, and then he had some all right movies. He played like a lawyer or whatever, and then he had romantic comedy.
Right, that's what was his forte, I think.
Yeah, and people loved him for his romantic comedy, but I mean, it's not compelling. It's not like
Sure.
He's gonna get an Oscar.
Well,
And
that's
then-
what's interesting too. And a guy like that, he's gonna has a great career. That guy's not winning an award. Did he win an award? Did he ever
won an
win that
Oscar
kind of?
for,
He did?
I think he won an Oscar for Texas Buyers Club.
Okay. All right. I think you're right. I think and that
Yeah.
came later in his career.
Yeah, that came like a few years ago.
Right.
And he's awesome in True Detective. You ever watch True Detective?
That's what Woody Harrelson is in.
Yeah,
that
Woody
too,
Harrelson
right?
and Matthew McConaughey are in it. He is like my conscience in that.
Really? I gotta watch
in
that.
True Detective. That's exactly how I think about some things in the world, which are kind of dark.
Right.
But like I still have a heart, but it's pretty. And I live like my apartment looks exactly like it is. Like it's like literally
Sparse?
nothing. Sparse. There's like one mirror where I can see half my face.
What did you say you lived in Did you tell me about before your apartment looked like you only had 4 items in your apartment or something?
Oh
like
yeah, I
that?
had my bed, my dresser, TV, and TV stand.
And that's it.
That's it. That's all.
And so you live as a minimalist.
Yeah, I'm a minimalist.
By,
I don't like a lot of
choice or by?
By choice.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if I had a lot of money, I probably would get more stuff.
Would you
but-
buy more shit if you had more money?
Yeah, but I feel like right now at this point in my life, I don't need like a
Right.
cute looking dresser or I
See?
don't go out of my way for knickknacks.
It's very interesting. If you make a lot of money and you can control your shit,
Yeah.
keep it fucking together,
Mm-hmm.
then you're in good shape. It's when these guys, there's fucking a lot of these athletes, and fucking guys make a lot of money, make millions, and they're spending it faster than they can fucking. What was that? Scottie Pippen was like begging for fucking gigs, like to do like fucking like Doritos commercials or any fucking thing. The guy, he was like selling used cars. This guy
Yeah.
to
dude,
fucking make it happen because they burn through that fucking money.
any athlete, man, is like that's like even like with like skateboarding, like any
Sure.
athletic stuff is like a gamble because you spend your whole life doing that thing.
Yep.
And then like you could just tear your ACL up and you're worthless.
But you make it big, and you have to realize you have a shelf life.
Yeah.
So when somebody says, "Oh, this guy's he's a professional baseball player. He's 38. He's fucking old. He's like near death in the baseball world."
Yeah. Oh, of course.
So what do you do afterwards?
Yeah.
And you have to kind of plan for that. And some of these guys like loved Allen Iverson. It's fucking
Allen
man.
Iverson's the man.
AI fucking man, nasty basketball player, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff.
He's like one of the best to ever touch a basketball.
Ever.
He crossed up Michael Jordan too.
And I don't know if he
No.
he has any money. I mean,
well-
is the guy like did he make a comeback? I mean, he was did he?
AI, he got inducted to the Basketball Hall of
Sure.
Fame. I believe that he has some kind of stake in Reebok.
All right, so there's where this guy
An
is
investor, I think an investor friend like made some agreement with him where I don't know if this is true. I heard this a few years ago that he, I guess, saved like some
Right.
stock for him, and then
You have to. These guys like to fucking spend money like fucking crazy,
I
and
mean,
then they got nothing left,
well, I mean,
and they got no job.
that's just the way it is, and people like Jay-Z are actually changing that because a lot of sports management companies
Sure.
will just be like, oh, okay, yeah, here's the dotted
Here's your money.
line. Here's the dotted line. Here's your money, and like let them go.
See, not a fan of Jay-Z. I like Jay-Z.
Yeah.
I think Jay-Z is fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
However, I will say the Robinson Cano deal. If we're going to talk sports for a second, Robinson Cano, great Yankee second baseman, fucking man. The guy's legit, and he ends up. I think they made him sign some. He hires Jay-Z as his manager. Ends up like $60 million deal. Good
For
for
how many
Robinson Cano. I don't know how many years, but for fucking Seattle Mariners, he's no longer a Yankee, and that was like I think he really gave up being a fucking World Series champion or gave up that potential of building that dynasty to make the money because Jay-Z was his agent.
Yeah, and
nothing wrong with that. Hey, make the money, right?
Yeah, and I mean, if the money's right, I mean, like, why? I mean, I understand, like pride and stuff and all that, but
Sure.
I mean, $60 million, $60 million.
No, yeah, but you got to say something like a guy like Derek Jeter, stay with the Yankees his entire career. I'm a huge fucking Yankee fan.
Oh
Huge.
man,
Massive Yankee fan. I
Let's
think
see-
you're more
let's
of a
see, Derek
Phillies fan.
Derek Jeter, I don't feel any type of way about the
Okay.
Yankees, but Derek Jeter, he's like a Michael Jordan, man.
Sure.
He's gonna be fine.
No matter, he's good forever.
I mean, he got probably his contract, his lifetime baseball contract was probably $500 million.
He was
Maybe.
making $25 million a year.
Yeah. So yeah,
Craziness.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. And then he's doing all the sponsors, all this shit. Same thing with Alex Rodriguez. And there's guys out there making fucking Bryce Harper's another guy. They need a guy who's going to say to them, here's your money. He's a couple $1 million.
Mhm.
The rest is staying here, and we're investing in and we're buying X. We're building for your future. You're going to have.
Well, yeah, that's what Jay-Z's doing to these guys because
he needs to do it.
Because he's got all these like old, sports manager, companies shook that have been there for 30 years, following the same thing.
I love that. I actually really like that. It's like what podcasts and the internet are doing to social media is doing to
the old guard. I guess.
the old guard, and that's fucking great.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's cool.
I love that because you got to think. We've talked about this in the past. If me and you can do this,
yeah,
and we go. Now I'm not saying that we're going to have millions of fans, and who knows. But if you and I can do this, and we can have this show, and we could put it on the internet, it's the same fucking platform, and it's equal playing ground as ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, whatever, blah blah blah. And I think that a lot of these mainstream media outlets are shitting themselves because anybody can go out and almost kind of like be a reporter.
Oh yeah, for sure. And those companies too are adapting. I mean,
I agree. They have to.
They have to, or they're going to get cut. But I mean, it's just the way it is, and it's cool.
I cut the plug recently, so we had DirecTV. We cut the plug. We have DirecTV now. We have Apple TV on every TV.
So you don't pay for cable?
There's no cable anymore.
Yeah,
nothing.
I feel like cable's obsolete.
You don't need it.
Yeah.
And then you're on this DirecTV now. There's tons of things to watch. We have Netflix, tons of fucking things to watch. Amazon Prime. You can stay awake for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and never watch everything that's fucking on there.
Yeah, it's great.
And if you don't want to watch anything, you still watch anything.
Yeah, the only thing good about cable though is like watching like premieres or something. Like
that's
if you
available.
like follow like a show.
They still have that.
Yeah,
But go on DirecTV now. There's got ABC, NBC, CBS, and all that kind of shit on there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was literally, I would say, 1/5 of the price of what we were paying for cable.
Yeah, man. All you need is Ethernet, man.
Legit.
Ethernet.
Fucking legit. And at the end of the day, I mean, that's probably the future. I mean, you look at things like what we're doing and what other guys are doing. There's another thing. There's a Trenton news thing. It's like called Peterson's Online or something like that, where this guy just goes around and like reports the news.
Oh, really?
Love to talk to the guy. I mean, I had to figure out how to talk to this guy. Love to fucking talk to the guy. It's great. I don't think he's like he's a reporting outlet. I don't think he's like the Trenton Times or he's like the New York Times. I think he's just a guy.
Really?
That's going around and posting on Facebook. It's fucking awesome.
That's actually
he's like on the scenes of the crime and all that stuff.
That's actually something I would be interested in doing. It's actually there's a term for that. They're called stringers.
Really?
I think it's called stringers. It's people that gather content for news organizations.
Oh, and then sell it.
Yeah, just like that one movie with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. I saw that movie.
Yeah, it was all right.
I like that movie. I saw that movie. I'm
Yeah.
not a big Jake Gyllenhaal fan. I think he's all right.
He's got a weird face, but
There's something about the guy that's just fucking off.
Weird guy. Unstable.
Maybe that's it.
Makes me uncomfortable, but
maybe that's it. Maybe that's the reason.
Yeah.
He was a stringer in this movie.
Yeah. So he would film, crime scenes and stuff.
Right.
And like you can make a lot of goddamn money through that.
Now this guy's probably filming the shit, and instead of selling it, he's reporting from the scenes of these crimes, and he's doing like follow up reporting, and he has a Facebook page, and my wife was following him, and
I bet he has a lot of fans in those areas.
I bet he does, and he's probably got.
Actually, no, I'd be pissed off if I was a criminal though.
It's called Peterson's Breaking News of Trenton, and this is the guy we definitely have to talk. It is fascinating, and he is like, this guy's fucking everywhere. And he's out there, and he's reporting the news in Trenton.
How popular is he according to your internet stats?
I don't know. You know what I mean? And I don't think
where'd you find him on Facebook?
He's on Facebook. I don't think Facebook tells you that.
How many likes does he have? Let's say like he makes a post about something. How many likes?
So here are some of his recent posts. So a recent post. Well, this is very new.
If he has 20 likes, he's popping. If he has 3 likes, he's not popping.
All right. So here's the picture of it. It says, "Congratulations to Samuel Gonzalez on becoming Trenton Police Officer of the Year." So here's a picture of Officer Gonzalez, and he has 380 likes. That's pretty good. Right? So
yeah, okay.
He has 380 likes. And then he's got another article over here that says there's a flood watch in Mercer County, blah, blah, blah. That's got 14 likes.
Okay, so yeah, he's not screwing around then.
And I think that the guy.
I was skeptical. I was skeptical when you mentioned this guy.
So you're saying that. So here's another one. Outstanding job recruits. 4 police officers from the police academy saved somebody having a heart attack. 125 likes. Now, so you're saying that this guy over here, if he's getting 12 likes, he's popping?
I would
So
say.
if I get 12 likes on a Ray Agliata Show page, I'm fucking popping?
Nah, no, but like on average, so like you look at like the average posts and stuff,
Right.
and I see numbers like 130, 60, stuff like that. But like I was just kind of ballparking it, like, oh,
Sure.
like 20 is probably like a good start. But I
Right.
mean, like, like 12, like it depends on the story. And I mean, you could probably see how many like friends he's got or whatever. Like, you
There's
just,
probably, yeah, I mean, I'm not,
yeah.
I haven't really messed around with this
And
guy.
on phone, it's different too. I feel
Yeah.
like you can look at less things.
I agree with that. But but this is a guy that's, literally running around Trenton reporting news that he thinks is important. Like, even in Hamilton, this, kid brought a pellet gun to school. He's reporting, he's there. He's like on scene. Shooting unit on a block of Hobart Avenue and South Olden Avenue in Trenton. 24 likes, 6 comments, 12 shares. The guy's like on scene. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, and he probably listens to a police scanner.
That's probably his thing.
Which I don't know if that's legal or if
I don't
it's
know if
legal
that's
or
legal.
illegal.
We'll have to find that out. I mean, I would never be interested in doing this, but I think it's
everything's illegal, so yeah, probably. But
yeah, it's probably true.
But I mean, who
He's
cares?
probably sitting back, drinking a beer, listening to the fucking police scanner and saying, "Oh my God, somebody brought a pellet gun to school."
God. James, grab the car.
And let's get in a car. You know what I mean? And then he's down over there, and he's reporting now. Is he selling his content? I don't know. How's this guy making money? He can't be. He's just doing bullshit on Facebook. I mean, unless he's got some other means or some other outlets. I mean, maybe that's what he's doing. I don't know.
I don't know. You'd have to research him.
Fascinating. You know what I mean? And I think that this would be an interesting fucking guy to talk to because
that would actually be a really good interview.
Yeah, because he's on the streets. This is a guy.
What's he look like?
No idea.
No picture?
I don't think so. Not that I could say.
I'd probably keep it that way too.
Yeah, I mean, well, no, he has a thing over here.
Well,
it's like oh, here we go. Look at that. He's got 4.5 rating. Okay. And it says Peterson's breaking news of Trent. Assume his name is Peterson. And it says at breaking news of Trent. This fascinating. A guy like this fucking fascinates me because this is something that, and his picture, he has like a cityscape, and so on and so forth. And it says alerting the greater Trenton community of breaking news, reporting on Trenton, the negatives and the positives. See more.
Ooh.
And that is
spicy.
That is spicy. Yes, that is a little bit spicy. It's 4.5 rating. I mean, listen, you can't fuck it. You got to give this guy props.
I'll give him props.
Now I wonder if the cops are like, oh shit, it's that fucking guy from Peterson's News again.
Oh great.
It's that fucking guy.
Well, see, that's the thing. He's kind of like blowing up people's spots because like it's like, dear, Rubio Sanchez for making that lead to bust that gang. And it's like
no more undercover work for Officer Sanchez.
Yeah, there's other gangs and they know his name now.
Yeah,
so
that's
like
valid point. Yeah,
his kid goes to this high school. Like whatever. like that's he's kind of fucking up a little bit, but I mean at the same time.
But I don't think you can hide any of that shit anymore. I think that's very, very hard to like. Everybody's got a source, and even look at this shit with Trump. Now I'm not like super talking about politics on this thing. But eventually, somebody was able to find out that, who's spying on who and who has this connection here or who has this over there. And somebody's going to talk, man. I don't know why people want to fucking talk to reporters, man, but somebody's going to want to fucking talk. And even if they say this is from an unconfirmed source or this is from a super secret source or I don't want to give up my source or whatever it is,
yeah.
some fucking whistleblower, somebody out there wants to talk.
Yeah.
They want to talk to a reporter. They don't want to talk to police. They want to talk to a reporter to get their 15 minutes.
Yeah, there's truth. People want to talk the truth, and I actually joke around with this because I'm part of a Facebook group with like 5,000 people.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's based in South Philly.
Right.
And
what's the group about? Or am I not allowed to know what the
No,
group is?
no. It's fine. It's fine. It's nothing illegal. No, it's just a group, just people that live in South Philly, and they just talk about whatever. Like they'll be like, "Where's a good place to get Chinese? I've heard gunshots."
That's fucking great. It's randomness.
There's like, who wants to go to my karaoke party? Like,
see, I like randomness.
Randomness
is exciting.
Randomness is good, but then you get like a lot of, like social justice stuff. But anyway, there was gunfire, and then I was just joking.
Crazy.
I was just joking. I was like, "Let's go investigate, gang," and people were just like not about it.
I wouldn't want to be either. And I think that's scary.
Yeah.
Think about it, man.
Investigating that shit.
I think investigators, but just the whole gunshot thing in general. Like, anybody can fucking have a gun. This whole, like, illegal gun, this gun, legal gun, what, anybody can have a fucking gun.
Yeah.
And that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Because when you have that gun in your hand, you have that power. You know, I mean, somebody points a gun at you, what you gonna do?
Probably
fucking shit yourself.
Yeah, give him my shit.
I would. I'd be like, dude, here, you got the fucking
you
power.
you don't even have to tell me, man. Here's my fucking cell phone.
You got the fucking power. So,
Yeah.
but when you're in that kind of situation, though, you know, it's very, very hard to prevent. You look at kind of things that are happening in Chicago, and you look at things that happen in these major cities, and it's very, very, I think, very hard to stop. And I think it's very fucking scary.
Yeah, it's impossible.
You know what I mean? Because they're going to get these guns, no matter who you say, illegal, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. These guys are going to get these fucking guns. And if you live in a neighborhood, I'm lucky. I live in a neighborhood where we don't hear fucking gunshots. But I lived in Hoboken for a couple years of my life, and we heard gunshots.
Gunshots or fireworks, man? Which one?
Yeah, you know what I mean? And we heard shit. We heard gunshots. We had guys fucking, you know, drug dealers selling fucking drugs in, you know, down the street from where we lived. I never had a problem with anybody or never issues, but that shit was out there.
Yeah,
and that's part of people's lives.
Yeah, you just gotta know how to move, man.
Yeah, we talked about earlier in the show. We can keep it fucking moving.
Yeah, keep it fucking moving.
You know what I mean? Which is very interesting. So, artist, South Philly native. You're not native to South Philly.
I'm not native in South Philly, but I've been living there for 7 years.
You're from Delaware.
Yeah, I'm from Delaware.
We talked about this too at one point in time. We were
yeah.
saying, what is there to do in Delaware?
Not much.
I'd move to Philly too, but Delaware I think is probably pretty fucking. Listen, no taxes in Delaware, so
yeah,
that's the winner.
There's low key some good stuff in Delaware. A lot of good people. A lot of creative people.
Rehoboth Beach.
Rehoboth Beach is cool. There's a good music scene.
Is there really?
Yeah, good music.
So I would
scene.
never think that. I would think Delaware's right.
Yeah,
Keep on driving.
All my good friends that I grew up with, you know, they play music in Delaware, and
I would think keep on driving. You know, I'm trying to get to Philly or I'm trying to get to DC.
Yeah, I don't even care about DC that much. Like I haven't been there since I was like a kid, but
yeah, that's a valid point.
But I mean, I give it a chance though. There might be some cool shit. But yeah, Delaware's all right. I was born in New Jersey.
Okay.
A lot of my family's from New Jersey. I was born in Rahway.
Garden State. Oh, so you're born in North Jersey. There you go.
Yeah.
From the mean streets of Rahway, New Jersey.
Yeah. Well, I didn't live there. My family's from like Woodbridge.
Okay.
So we're familiar with Perth Amboy.
Sure.
And all that stuff. And I still have a lot of family there. And
excellent.
I lived in Massachusetts.
Okay.
Too, which is fucking really cold.
Massachusetts is fucking cold.
Really cool, but really cold.
It's an odd shape too. I think Boston. Did you live near Boston?
Yeah, I did.
So Boston is shaped like a spider web.
Yeah.
And it's very, very fucking complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas New York is shaped in squares.
It's a grid.
So, It's a grid. So whoever fucking made Massachusetts is fucking laughing, saying like, we made it like a fucking spider web. And fuck you, motherfuckers.
I think because it's older up there
and nobody can drive.
Yeah, it's scary. No, but no, everybody. Oh, it's an older city.
Sure,
it's like one of the oldest cities.
Okay, yeah, it might be. Definitely, it's definitely one of the oldest cities. I don't know if it's the oldest.
It's built like a European city compared to city planners that kind of planned a little bit better.
And you get a lot of fucking snow up there. It's like you see in New Jersey. Oh man, New Jersey got 6 inches. Oh, fucking Boston, man. Boston got fucking 60 inches. It's like Jesus Christ, what the fuck? You know what I mean? That's insane. But at the same time, I mean, Faneuil Hall, is that what it's called? I remember going there. I've been to Boston a couple times.
Oh, okay, dope. Yeah.
I've been to Boston a couple times. Always good food. Always good stuff to do up there. Great Italian food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Boston's a fascinating place. So you were born in Jersey. You lived in Massachusetts.
Moved down to Delaware.
Moved to Delaware.
Yeah.
And I would assume as a way to save on taxes.
Yeah.
So far you lived
and job opportunity.
And job opportunities. So you lived in the two most fucking expensive states in the world, which is New Jersey and Massachusetts, and then you ended up coming back down to Delaware. And I think you said you spent your formative years.
Yeah, my formative years
in fucking Delaware,
yeah,
which is
basically from like the ages of like 10 to like 18.
Okay. So you moved there when you were like in elementary school.
Yeah, it was hard too. Like,
was it hard?
Yeah, like everybody. I didn't get anybody. I still didn't get anybody up until like probably like 6th grade. Yeah, I was just I didn't make any friends.
Wow. You see, switching schools is tough.
It's tough on a kid, dude.
Yeah,
like,
it's really hard on a kid.
Like I have friends and shit up in Massachusetts and stuff, but I mean, I completely forgot them now. I don't know. I know like 2 people.
It's interesting because you want to make right moves for your kids or whatever like that, whatever that move may be. But the switching of schools, I think is very, very fucking difficult.
It's
think it's
difficult, but I
hard on
mean,
the
it
kids.
works. I mean,
They can. Look at these kids who are in the Army, who are like Army brats or whatever the
yeah,
case may
yeah,
be.
like that's fine. I mean, look, I'd rather be like, make more if I had a job opportunity where I had to move to, of course there's changes. Like I wouldn't move to Kansas for $100,000 because I wouldn't know what to do with that money there. But I would move to, I'd move to Seattle for $100,000, and
You could do a lot and with $100,000 in Kansas, probably.
yeah, but there's nothing to do out there.
You just fucking bank it. You bank it and then go somewhere where you can do
Yeah, but that's
something,
like lost time and years. And
That's a
like,
valid point, yeah.
There's
Why do
like,
people stay in Kansas? Like, all right, think about that, too. Here's a great question for you.
most of them are probably farmers, and they, when you grow up somewhere, you want to stay there.
That's very interesting. I don't know if I would live outside of the New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania area. I would live in Philly, in the Philly area. I think
love
it's very
Philly.
similar to, I would maybe even live in like the Pocono Mountain area or whatever
That's
like
far
that.
as fuck.
It's a little fucking different, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm doing
yeah.
some work up there and it's a little different, but I feel like I need to be able to commute to a major city.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could live in the woods. I have no problem with like living off grid, but if I could get in my car and like drive to Manhattan to have a good fucking meal,
yeah.
I would do that.
See, I would want that. I would want to have my cake and eat it too in that sense.
It's tough.
Yeah, like you have to have like a lot of money because like I don't want to just like live in the suburbs. Like I want to build my own glass architecture wet dream house.
See, I would have no problem with if I had like a nice little house, nice piece of land out of suburbia. See, like, you got the city, you got suburbia, and you got like kind of like a rural kind of. I like to live more on the rural side. I think that would be kind of cool. Right now I live in suburbia. I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But then be able to not be so far away from the fucking Walmart that if I had to get in my car and
Drive there. Yeah.
drive there and get something, you could. Even if it took you an hour, it would still be okay. You know what I mean? Whereas people who are like these off-grid guys who are like living in fucking nowhere, Alaska, like, fighting with bears and doing all this. Have you ever watched any of those TV shows with some of those guys?
No, my dad loves that shit though.
I love Alaska shows. I think they're great. Maybe it's something that's in our age group, I guess. But
hey, it's the unknown, man. It's the unknown.
It's probably literally the last frontier.
The last frontier.
Not like Star Trek, The Last Frontier, but like,
Yeah, it's
like being a fucking cowboy, man. You can be a cowboy.
Exactly,
and you
it's
can
like
be out
cowboy.
there, and you can make that happen. Now we've been talking for a while, and this is kind of interesting because I need to find a way to gauge my my talking, but we got to be close to a fucking hour.
We're at an hour 17.
Wow. So an hour 17 minutes. We've completed the goal of the Ray Agliata Show, which is to fucking talk about nothing.
Yeah, for about an hour and a half.
An hour and a half or so, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so we definitely want to continue to keep this trend going of speaking about absolutely nothing. I did have things that I wanted to talk about with you, and I did, which was definitely your art, which I think is fascinating.
Yeah.
I think the art medium that you use is definitely fascinating. I think that that's something that, finding your medium, I think is key to being a successful artist.
And anybody can do it,
Yeah. No, I agree with that. It's like if you took guitar lessons and you practice for 20 minutes a day, you can be a fucking guitar player.
Yeah, like I want to learn how to make music, but just right now I got to focus on what I'm focusing on.
And that's what you said is very, very fucking important. You got to like be successful. You got to pick something. You don't need to have a fucking career. You don't need to whatever. You got to pick something, stay focused with it. And if you do that, then you're good. So it was great having you as my first guest.
Yeah, dude, it was sweet.
Very chill and very happening. And look forward to seeing you again on next Monday night.
Yeah, I'll see you next Monday, man.
Excellent. Nice talking with you.
You too, man.
All right.